How can I consistently shoot cinematic sequences that look professional? Whether you're shooting B-roll or a scene in a film or YouTube shorts, knowing how to capture the right shots can make the difference between a poor and a cinematic looking sequence that stands out above the rest. I'm not only going to show you an easy method for getting the right shots, I'm also going to show you how I captured the footage to make this cinematic sequence. The first one's called the establishing shot. It's meant to convey the environment or the location that the following shots are going to take place in. It gives your viewer a context for where they are. For the establishing shot of my sequence, I used a drone to capture the area that I'm in while sitting on the rooftop. And I made sure to get a few different movements and shots so that I had options once I went to the edit. Next is the wide shot, and this is more immediate to the specific location your subject is in and usually on a smaller scale than the establishing shot. It generally includes a full body shot of your subject as well as some of the environment that they're in. For my sequence, I captured this wide shot at roughly 20 millimeters so that I captured plenty of the environment that I was sitting in with my camera. Next is the medium shot. If your subject is a person, they're usually done from around the waist up. This would actually be a medium shot right here. They're really good to use if you want to capture your subject either speaking or taking an action that you want your audience to clearly see. For my sequence, I shot a few different medium shots of me playing with my camera because I knew I was going to want to use a few of them in my sequence and I wanted to have options in post. Next is the close-up shot. These are great for capturing details about your subject or an action taking place or something unfolding in the scene. It can also be used to convey a sense of immediacy or intimacy when you do a close-up on someone's face or on something specific that they're doing. For my sequence, I captured a few different close-ups of my camera as well as one of my face so that I had a variety of shots to play with. Creative or unique shots. This is exactly what it sounds like. Just set convention aside and take any shots that feel unique or creative in some way. It's a permission slip to experiment. Some examples might be shooting from unique angles, or shooting your subject reflected in a mirror or glass, or shooting through a window, or framing your subject in a unique way, or shooting past foreground elements. In this case, I did a couple shots from over my shoulder so that you could see what I see while I'm using the camera, almost like a first-person view. I also did a rack focus on this shot from me to the mountains in order to steer the viewer's attention. For reference, I used a total of 12 clips for the sequence that I showed you, and the sequence was about 20 seconds long. How many of each of those shots you should get depends on how long you want your sequence to be and how quickly you edit from shot to shot. To get started, just try shooting 2 of each of these different kinds of shots and then edit them together and see what you get, and then you can adjust accordingly next time. I captured these shots in about 30 minutes, and that was with me also managing a second camera to film myself filming my sequence. A general tip is that you want to make sure you capture at least 10 seconds for each shot. This helps make sure you have something usable in each clip when you go to edit. Think of these shot types as a guide and not a hard and fast rule. If you see a shot that doesn't fit neatly into one of the kinds I've described, definitely take it. This is meant to be a framework that gives you variety. So when it comes time to edit, you have choices and plenty of coverage to choose from. Start paying attention to the feelings conveyed by each of these shot types and then use that to your benefit the next time you go and edit them together. Having great music and sound effects is a huge part of having a professional and cinematic looking sequence, and Epidemic Sound is one of my favorite places to get both. I'll put a link in the description where you can get a 7-day free trial. Thank you for being here. Now grab your camera and go make some magic.